Because somebody failed in an exam, he did something for which we all talk about him. Friends, we often celebrate success. Today I am going to celebrate somebody's failure. Yes, this is a story in the 1970s in a small village in Tamil Nadu. The father was a small trader and he wanted his son to do well in studies so that he could send him to the US. The son couldn't clear his maths paper in the PUC exam, that's pre-university exam, and he failed. This made him give up studies forever. Friends, this is the story of R.G. Chandramohan. He decided early in life that the academic route is not the only route to success. He carved a path for himself and made a name for himself and covered himself with glory in the dairy industry. His efforts were recognized by the government in the form of a Padma Shri this year. Coming from a land which was barren, with very little employment opportunities, either you look for a government job or you become a small trader or an entrepreneur. The son fought with the father, made him sell his ancestral property and got 13,000 rupees and moved to Chennai in 1974. 13,000 rupees was not actually a small sum those days. This youngster came to Chennai and found that there was perhaps a potential in selling ice creams. Ice cream market had well-known names in the market, but he realized that these people are concentrating primarily in Chennai and there was a huge unsatisfied demand or a market in rural Tamil Nadu. He identified this opportunity and he started selling ice cream, ice lollies in fact, with push carts in Chennai and started sending his material. There was no cold chain, so he started sending material by train to outstation markets. Slowly he found that he was a major success in these untapped markets. Before the others realized, he was selling more than anybody else in the state. He just went on improving. The others didn't even notice what was happening. In his first year of business, 1974, he sold little over 1 lakh perhaps. And it took him 10 years to reach 4 lakhs. Progress was slow. He made a lot of experiments. He launched what was known as a milkshake powder, which didn't take off, which was a disaster, and he became nearly broke. But he wanted to know why it had failed. It had failed for reasons of which he was not even aware. The housewife was reluctant to use a mixie with ice cubes, thinking that it will spoil the blade of the mixie. So here was this person with one success and one major failure which nearly made him bankrupt. But he said, I'm going to play this game. He had this brand of ice cream called Arun. Slowly he started looking at entire Tamil Nadu. He rewrote the rules. He started supplying deep freezers and the rentals for the franchise outlets. The outlets just had to manage stocking and selling. In Chennai, he started what is a totally new concept called ice cream mela. Eat as much ice cream as you can for a fixed sum, which was I think perhaps 8 rupees or something. So the word of mouth spread. He became a brand. He became Arun ice cream. Arun ice cream became the largest selling ice cream in Tamil Nadu. While all this was happening, we come to year 91 when milk was open to private trading. Earlier it was only in the cooperative sector. He started looking at milk. And there was an established player like Arvind, which was held by a cooperative. He got into this market while everybody was selling toned milk. He thought of selling standard milk which is 4 to 4.5% fat. There was a huge resistance from his team to do this. You cannot get a price higher than the established price. You cannot sell more fat. If you want to enter the market, you have to sell it cheap. The entire team was against him for selling it at a price equal, if not higher. He wanted a higher price. Can you imagine a small player in Tamil Nadu wants to hire, of all the people in the world, Al Rice. Yes, Al Rice, you heard it right. The positioning expert, as a consultant. He went to the US, spoke to Al Rice, and brought him to Salem for consultancy. He spent over 13 lakh rupees for just one day consultancy with Al Rice. All that to establish the right pricing and positioning. Imagine what a visionary he was. He got it right, he sold. Then he got into milk. So he had another brand name for milk called Arogya. He got into curds. He got the interesting name Hatsun. Hat to protect you against sun, and sun which is sun. Hatsun. Then he launched a premium ice cream brand. Here was this man coming from a small village with no educational qualification, launching 4 different brands, and each one of them a success. Today, Hatsun is the largest dairy business in the private sector. It's only next to perhaps Amul and Mother Dairy. The turnover of Hatsun today is 8,000 crore rupees. 8,000 crore, that's it. Look at this man. He found the gap in the market. He found how to position his product. He was not scared of hiring the best consultant in the world. He was prepared to do all that needs to be done to be successful. If only he had passed his PUC exam, the world would have lost. India and Tamil Nadu would definitely have lost a fantastic entrepreneur. Friends, I've been talking about various business from various parts of the country. People from the north may be wondering what's happening to the north. Don't worry, I will touch about organizations and businesses from the north very soon. Keep watching Sridhar Selling for interesting business anecdotes, major companies, major thinkers, and a whole lot of interesting facts and figures about selling and marketing. If you find this interesting, please forward it to your friends, share it, and subscribe to my channel, Sridhar Selling. Thank you very much.